हमने डंकी मूवी तो देखी होगी। इस डंकी मूवी में ये बताया गया है कि अगर आप बॉर्डर क्रॉस करेंगे तो वो इलीगल है। इसको इमिग्रेशन लॉ कहा जाता है। अगर आप बिना इजाजत के बॉर्डर क्रॉस करेंगे तो इसके लिए भी वहां की गवर्नमेंट आप सजा दे सकती है। और इस मूवी में ये भी बताया गया है कि बहुत से वीजास होते हैं। एम्प्लॉय स्पॉन्सर्ड वर्क वीजा, इंडिपेंडेंट वर्क वीजा, बिजनेस पर्सन, सेल्फ एम्प्लॉयड और एंटरप्रेन्योर, इन्वेस्टर, पीएचडी और साइंटिस्ट, स्पाउस, बाय बर्थ, फॉरेन नेशनल पेरेंट्स, स्टडीइंग एज ए माइग्रेशन रूट। इतने टाइप के वीजास होते हैं। अगर आप दूसरे कंट्री में जाकर रहना चाहते हैं तो इस वीजास के बारे में आपको जानना पड़ेगा। इसके बारे में बताने जा रहा हूँ, वीडियो को एंड तक देखना, आपको नया इन्फॉर्मेशन मिलेगा। यूएस, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स नेशनलिटी लॉ, immigration to the US, illegal immigration to the US, citizenship may be granted after 5 years of permanent residence। अगर आप इलीगल से भी वहां पर चले जाएं तो 15 साल के बाद आपको रेसिडेंस मिल सकता है। यूनाइटेड किंगडम, ब्रिटिश नेशनलिटी लॉ, immigration to the UK, historical immigration to the Great Britain, illegal immigration to the UK। A foreigner may apply for naturalization after having had indefinite leave to remain for 1 year in addition to 5 years of residence, or treaty nationals may apply after having been resident in the United Kingdom for 5 years. The law has been changed retrospectively in the past and likely to change retrospectively in the future. South Africa, South African nationality law, immigration to South Africa, illegal immigration to South Africa. Citizenship may be applied for after 5 years of permanent residence. Currency inhabitants are full British citizens. Gibraltar, none of the overseas territories has its own nationality status. Only more residents hold two forms of British nationality: British Overseas Territory Citizenship (BOT) and British citizenship. Isle of Man, citizenship is covered by UK law, and max people are classed as British citizens. South Korea, South Korean nationality law, immigration to South Korea, illegal immigration to South Korea. Citizenship may be applied upon meeting the requirements for naturalization. Hong Kong, immigration to Hong Kong. A foreigner who is a Hong Kong permanent ID card holder may naturalize as a Chinese national with HKSAR passport if applicant has settled in Hong Kong or Chinese territory, has near relatives of Chinese nationals, and or other reasons deemed as legitimate. India, Indian nationality law, illegal immigration to India. Citizenship may be granted after 2 years of residence, of which 1 year should be continuous. Israel, Hungarian nationality law, all immigration is banned. Foreigners can only be temporary expats. Malta, Maltese nationality law, immigration to Malta. Until 21st September 1964, Maltese persons held British nationality as Malta was a British crown colony. Norway, Norwegian nationality law, immigration to Norway. A minimum of 7 years are required for citizenship. Immigration visa categories by countries. US employer-sponsored work visa. Through H-1B lottery, many applicants failed to receive a settlement after 6 years and had to leave the country. Independent work visa (EB-1) extraordinary ability for internationally recognized scientists, sportsmen. Investor EB-5 minimum investment of $8 lakh. PhD or scientist. PhDs are generally allowed to apply for an employer-independent EB-2 visa. By birth, foreign national parents, automatic citizenship. United Kingdom, employer-sponsored work visa. Tier 2 settlement (ILR) after 5 years. A limit on number of Tier 2 migrants per year coming from outside the country was introduced by new government, which makes it more difficult to find an employer willing to sponsor the visa if applying from outside the UK. Independent work visa, particularly not available since April 2011. Tier 1 general settlement (ILR) after 5 years, a limit on 1,000 Tier 1 migrants per year introduced by new government. Besides that, the migration legislation changes on average every 6 months, which makes Britain not attractive for skilled migrants looking for a second nationality. Business person, self-employed or entrepreneur. Tier 1 entrepreneur. Investor, Tier 1 investor. PhD or scientist. There is no specific category here, but it is easier for universities as opposed to businesses to acquire a Tier 2 sponsorship license. स्पाउस स्पाउस का मतलब होता है मतलब वहाँ के सिटीजन से शादी कर लेना. ILR is provided after 5 years in marriage or partnership and living in the country. By birth, foreign national parents. British citizenship can be obtained as a right for anybody who was born in the UK before 1983. After 1983, it can only be obtained by birth if at least one parent was settled there. It is also available as of right for people of whom one parent is a British citizen otherwise than by descent. All other classes of British nationality don't confer right of abode in the UK to the holder. Studying as a migration route. Tier 4 full-time students at university education are allowed to work up to 20 hours a week. Others are allowed work up to 10 hours per week. After 10 years of continuous presence in the country on residential visas, ILR is provided. There is a cap on the duration of staying in the country on a student visa. Canada, employer-sponsored work visa, temporary foreign worker (TFW), independent work visa, available. The Federal Skilled Trades Program is for skilled workers who want to become permanent residents based on their qualification in a skilled trade. Skilled trade for the program are organized under these NOC groups: industrial, electrical and construction trades, maintenance and equipment operation trades, supervisors and technical jobs in natural resources, agriculture and related production, processing, manufacturing and utilities supervisors and central control operators, chefs and cooks, butchers and bakers. Business person, self-employed or entrepreneur. Business people can enter and work in Canada if they qualify under one of the following: Canada United States Mexico Agreement CUSMA, other free trade agreements FTAs, General Agreement on Trade in Services GATS. Investor. To work in Canada as an investor, one must meet any other rules of CUSMA, have a work permit, and be involved in planning either a large amount of trade in goods or services, mainly between Canada and their home country, or by a large investment in Canada by that person or their company. PhD or scientist. Federal Skilled Worker Program. Spouse. Eligible persons can sponsor their spouse or partner to become permanent residents, but must be able to support them financially and ensure they don't need social assistance from the government. By birth, foreign national parents. One doesn't automatically have Canadian citizenship if they were born outside Canada to Canadian parents on or after 17 April 2009, but neither were born or naturalized in Canada. Studying as a migration route. International students may be able to fall under several categories of permanent residents, including the Canadian Experience Class, the Federal Skilled Worker Program, and the Provisional Nominee Program. Australia. Independent work visa is available. PhD or scientist. Skilled independent visa subclass 189 and skilled nominated visa subclass 190. New Zealand. Business person, self-employed or entrepreneur is available in New Zealand. South Africa. Employer sponsored work visa. Corporate worker permit. Independent work visa. General work permit. Quota work permit. Exceptional skills work permit and intra-company transfer work permit. Business person, self-employed or entrepreneur. Business permit minimum foreign capital investment ZAR 2 or 5 million into book value of business, which may be reduced on application. Minimum of 5 South African citizens residents to be employed. Investor. C. Business permit. PhD or scientist. No specific category may fall under exceptional skills or quota work permit. Spouse. Spouse visa proof of cohabitation and shared finances. By birth, foreign national parents not applicable. Children born in South Africa to foreign nationals will obtain the same status as their parents. Studying as a migration route. Study is viewed in isolation in relation to the course of study. No benefits obtained, promoting continued stay. Isle of Man. Independent work visa. Similar to British Tier 1 general but doesn't lead to EU nationality. Business person, self-employed or entrepreneur. Similar to British Tier entrepreneur but doesn't lead to EU nationality. South Korea. Employer sponsored work visa. If you have lived more than 5 years under a T7, T8, T9, E1, E2, E3, E4, E5, E7 or F2 visa. Independent work visa. If you have internationally recognized extraordinary ability in sciences, businesses, culture, sports, or education. Business person, self-employed or entrepreneur. If you are over 60 and receive income via pension from overseas. Investor, if you invest 2 million, if you invested only 5 lakh, you need to stay more than 3 years on a D8 visa. If you invest 5 lakh in real estate of Jeju, Incheon, pre-economic zone, Busan, Hyundai, Pyeongchang or Yosi, you are given a F2 residence visa and 5 years later F5 permanent residence. PhD or scientist. If you have a PhD in a high-tech field and are employed by a Korean firm earning 4 times the average GNI in Korea. If you only have a bachelor's in a high-tech field or a recognized technical certificate issued in Korea, you need to have stayed for at least 3 years and earn 4 times the average GNI in Korea. Spouse. If you have stayed in Korea for more than 2 years under a F2 visa and are the spouse of a Korean or foreigner with a F5 permanent residence visa. By birth, foreign national parents. If you were born to parents who are stateless or were found abandoned within the territory of South Korea as a child, you will automatically get Korean citizenship. Hong Kong Employer Sponsored Work Visa General Employment Policy (GEP) will receive right of about ROA in Hong Kong after 7 years continuous ordinary residence in Hong Kong. Independent Work Visa General Point Test (GPT) Top Talent Pass Scheme (TTPS). Investor Capital Investment Entrance Scheme (CIES). You need to invest 10 million except on real estate will receive ROA in Hong Kong after 7 years continuous ordinary residence in Hong Kong. PhD or scientist passing GPT within World Migrant Admission Scheme (QMAS). By birth foreign national parents. Person under 21 years of age born in Hong Kong of foreigner with HK permanent ID card will receive ROA in Hong Kong but not Chinese nationality. Israel Independent Work Visa is not available. European Union Employer Sponsored Work Visa varies by member state. Independent Work Visa Blue Card European Union. Australia Independent Work Visa Austria Independent Work Visa may be available in the future called ROT White Rod Card. Cyprus Employer Sponsored Work Visa. It is considered to be very unlikely to get nationality through work route. Independent Work Visa not available. Czech Republic Independent Visa not available. Denmark Employer Sponsored Work Visa available. Danish Green Card. France Independent Work Visa not available. Germany Independent Work Visa not available. Ireland Independent Work Visa not available. By birth foreign national parents available. Netherlands Employer Sponsored Work Visa Highly skilled migrant visa available only for employers to apply on employer's behalf. Employer must be recognized as a sponsor by IND. Specific salary requirements apply. Independent Work Visa Joixer Search Year Visa a 1-year visa available to all students who recently graduated from a university or a college. No other requirements. Example sponsor employer. Business person or self-employed or entrepreneur. A visa is available for self-employed people. Granting of such is determined based on innovative nature of your business, which must be assessed by a certain agency (RVO). By birth, foreign national parents. Citizenship or permanent residency can be applied for after 3 years in marriage or partnership with a Dutch national and living in the country. Studying as a migration route. No provision to grant citizenship based on country of birth is available. At least one parent must be a Dutch national prior to January 1985. Child father must have been Dutch for the child to get Dutch citizenship. Spain. Employer sponsored work visa is not available. Norway. स्पाउस जो कि वहाँ के सिटीजनशिप से शादी होने के बाद आपको 4 साल के बाद वहाँ की सिटीजनशिप मिल सकती है. Irregular special immigration visas. Yes, green card lottery. United Kingdom, after 20 years of continuous illegal but proven presence in the country, ILR is provided. Treaty nationals may enter the UK to work, provide services or self-employment or study or reside there as self-sufficient migrant. Some Commonwealth citizens have right of abode in the UK, which for most practical purposes given them the same rights as British citizens in the UK. South Africa. Illegal migrant arrest detention court to decide on outcome. South Korea. If you previously had Korean nationality or either of your parents or grandparents had Korean nationality in the past, you are immediately eligible for a A4 visa, a practically permanent residence visa that is renewable every 2 years. If the Korean government recognizes that you made an important contribution to the nation, you are eligible for F5 permanent residence. Hong Kong. Mainland China issued a daily quota of 150 one-way permits to mainland Chinese for Hong Kong settlement. Will receive right of abode (ROA) in Hong Kong after 7 years. Continuous ordinary residence in Hong Kong plus the right to apply for a HKSAR passport. Israel law of return. Germany. These are programs for continental refugees and repatriates, but the rules are severely tightened to prevent as little new migrants as possible to benefit for them. Netherlands. After 5 years of continuous residence and sufficient integration. Romania. Special arrangements for citizens of Moldova. Norway. Citizens of either nautical council countries may neutralize after a 2-year residence. General guidelines by country or territory. US. Employee dependents. The dependent of resident visa holder may not work. Deprivation of original nationality for those who naturalize in foreign countries. No, but foreign earnings are liable to taxation. Foregoing other nationalities required for naturalization. No. United Kingdom. Requirements and restrictions. Before settlement, no more than 180 days spent overseas within 5 years. No more than 90 days per trip. After settlement, settlement would be cancelled after a certain number of days spent abroad. A single parent may immigrate if one is the sole supporter. Employee dependence. The dependent of a resident visa holder is allowed to work. Social benefits. Before settlement, No access to public funds after settlement accessible. Deprivation of nationality. Dual nations may be deprived of their nationality for engaging in terrorism. Foregoing other nationalities required for naturalization? No. Deprivation of original nationality for those who naturalize in foreign countries? No. Israel. Foregoing other nationalities required for naturalization? Yes, unless citizenship obtained by law of return. Germany. Foregoing other nationalities required for naturalization? Yes, unless the prior nationality held was one of the European Union, Norway or Switzerland if the applicant cannot approach the authorities of the previous country for reasons of personal safety. Deprivation of personal nationality for those who naturalize in foreign countries. Yes, unless the nationality acquired is one of the EU, Switzerland or Norway, or if the applicant obtained permission from the German government prior to submitting an application for naturalization. Norway. Deprivation of nationality. Legitimately naturalized persons can be deprived of their nationality. Foregoing other nationalities required for nationalization. Yes, unless the applicant cannot approach the authorities of their previous country for reasons of personal safety or if the authorities demand a fee considered too high.